Welcome, Marie in Zone 6, and I've been busy in the garden. First of all, I took the hosta that was in this container and the hosta that was in this container, and I planted them back in the west garden or the back garden. Look at this limelight hydrangea. It's just gorgeous. Mom still look good. And I just cut the grass. I like to keep it shorter once the weather gets cold. That way when winter comes, hopefully I can avoid snow mode. In the west garden or the back garden, I dug up the rose that was here and some peonies, and I replaced it with 2 iceberg roses I combined next to each other. And the iceberg rose I had right here in a container, I planted it in the spot where the container was. So there would be some repetition with this iceberg rose and the one down yonder here. Heading towards the back, the canna that I grew from seed is no longer over here, obviously, at least obviously to me. And let me show you where I put it. Heading back past the deck, over by that table I built years ago and that faux shed I built years ago, coming to that across from my junk. There's the canna. I planted it against the brick of my home because in my zone 6, that seems to be the only way to get canna to come back. It's to plant it against the brick of your home. I don't know if it's the heat that emanates from the house. I'm not sure. Not a botanist, don't know. On the back deck, the autumn joy sedum that was in this container, I removed and I put it, let me show you where. I already had this autumn joy sedum here, this one here, and so I planted it right here along with some of the autumn joy sedum I removed to put the boxwoods in the containers on the porch, back deck. So now there are 3. And I think that makes a more balanced look. Heading towards the hidden garden, the hostas I took out of my containers. I actually took hostas out of all 3 of my containers, 2 of which I showed you. Here are 2 of the Sum and Substance hostas I took out. And one of these hostas I took out of the 3rd container. And the other variegated one I combined from another area in the garden. And I'm thinking that this will create more of a sense of repetition. Sum and substance, sum and substance, variegated. Back in the hidden garden, sum and substance, variegated, and sum and substance. Look at that Gatsby pink. Ooh-wee. Over by the faux shed I built years ago, I planted the Litchfield Angel that I dug out to put the sedum right there next to the Sophie rose, David Austin. I put the Litchfield Angel rose, David Austin. Then those 2 roses I bought late spring, early summer. They were the same kind. I planted them right here together next to each other. They're like a peachy pink color here in Roseland. And my bloomstruck, all 3 of them, I put them all together back there along with a little small endless summer is back there as well. So those are all back there together. Back in this flower bed, those 2 May night salvia I had in containers for months, I finally planted them. There they are right there next to my Walker's Low. And I figured it would provide some repetition because near my limelight punch, there's a May night I planted earlier this year. And here is some Walker's Low. Repetition creates a sense of order. I have also reclaimed my pathway from most of the weeds. So now a pathway exists again. Probably not for long, but I'm proud. Thanks for watching.